do I really need title insurance?
Oh, well, for the very reason I just said, and it's both for buyer and for seller. The seller in Utah, per the real estate purchase contract that the Utah Association of Realtors created, they pay for a title insurance policy on behalf of the buyer. And we will have sellers in closing say, "Why am I doing this? Why am I paying for this? It's their policy." Well, that title policy, in a sense, protects the seller. The reason why is when they do a general warranty deed and warrant over certain things, like I just talked about, marketable title to that buyer, they're giving them. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
It's
they're
okay.
they're they're giving them, their fee simple ownership, the right to convey, and they're saying this property is free and clear. Here you go. I've just given you this property. Well, if there's a defect that pops up, who's the buyer going to call first besides the realtor? The
Well,
seller.
they're probably going to call the seller and say, hey, there's this lien or something popped up here. I can't sell my house. What the heck's going on?
Yeah,
You're
what's
saying
going
the
on?
title policy that the seller had issued at conveyance of that title protects that seller from anything like
It does. It protects the seller from having to go to court and pay for attorney's fees and whatnot. They can actually say, "Oh, well, we pay for that title policy. Call the insurance company," and they take care of it from there. Probably never have to talk to the seller again unless it's something that the seller might have done
right
on
misdeed
their own.
or showed
Hmm.
something that wasn't necessarily. So speaking of that, so obviously they're issuing title policy for the buyer themselves to show that it's it's free title, free and clear. I'm sure you've had instances where something did pop up, the seller's no longer involved. Is that where portions of the title insurance comes into play for litigation, for settlement, for those type of things?
Absolutely. I mean, once you have a title policy, and as long, there's coverages just like any other insurance policy.
Right.
The coverages are either, you've got to pay a deductible or something, along those lines. But you put in, file a claim with the insurance company. They, by law, have to act on that, investigate that claim, and pay out any claims if there is such. Um,
Interesting.
you know, I think the biggest one you see is maybe a house. That was built on a right of way, like a city right of way. And the city can't get to that right of way. And so thank goodness there's title insurance policy in place because that homeowner or building owner, whoever it may be, can go to the title company and say, "Hey, you know, my property was built here and there's coverage for that." And they'll either make whole, to get the right of way moved, or they could possibly be on the hook for a full tear down and a rebuild. So it
Wow.
just depends on what the circumstances were during the time of the examination.
Well, let's just be honest. Whether it's health insurance, car insurance, life insurance, title insurance, nobody likes insurance.
Nobody
I mean,
likes
we don't.
insurance.
But it
Yeah,
is a necessary evil that we all basically live with on a regular basis because heaven forbid you get sick and you don't have medical insurance. Or, life insurance is designed to obviously take care of the heirs or the people after you. Title insurance is just a sound, pretty dang inexpensive option to make sure that there is clear title to real property, which typically is somebody's largest asset that they do own.
yeah, it's the
And,
the
and, and
biggest
look at
risk.
it this way. So a premium on $1 million home, 2,700 bucks. Is that?
Oh my goodness, you put me on the spot. I don't have the rate
I,
sheet up.
and I'm not going to make you do that. But let's say it's a $2,700 premium. That is pretty damn cheap insurance for $1 million investment.
Yep, and it's one time for as long
Yeah, it's
as
one time.
them or their heirs own the property. So
Unlike your
yeah, they
medical insurance that you're paying on a weekly, monthly basis.
exactly, or your automobile insurance or whatever it may be. It doesn't renew, and it's that coverage isn't in effect as long as them or their heirs. So that's a big thing, is if they were to pass on and that automatically reverts to an heir, they're still covered by that homeowner's policy as well.
Gotcha.